Hello friends, welcome back to another round of Modern. We have Henry Klepser on Izzet Murktide versus Nick Urban on Izzet Prowess. This was from our Modern 1K that we had on March 26th, so both players are in round 4. They are 3-1. Yeah, both of these decks are cool. I didn't grab the deck. I have the deck list next to me. And usually what I do before the round is I go and get the deck lists. Like a smart person. So now I'm going to sift through papers while they play. Nick is leading on a mountain. I mean, both of these decks, right? Like, I have Henry's deck list right there. There we go. That's simple. Both of these decks, not the most complicated decks to get. Haha, wow, they were right on top. Go me. I will never get that lucky again. Alright, so. Both decks are your basic standard run-of-the-mill. Henry's deck is a Murktide. You've played against it, you've played it yourself, you've had it on stream. It's the same old song and dance, except there's a little bit of a difference. He is playing Chandra, Awakened Inferno, over Jace the Mind Sculptor in the sideboard. Other than that, oh, he has Torpor Orbs as well. That's another good one. Other than that, it's basically your standard deck. I'm checking the main board. Opting to only plays one Fury in the main board, doesn't play any of the side, which is a little bit interesting. I know a lot of people opt, like I like to play 2 in the 75 somewhere. In my list, I know other people tend to do the same. Okay, that's gonna be this kind of trigger. The weird fetch configuration that I love about it is at Murktide. And then Nick's deck. Basically, I mean, it's Izzet Prowess pre-MH2 with, like, Dragon's Rage Channelers and Sokunzan. Maybe an Otawara? No, yeah. I think those are the only 2 cards released after Strixhaven, released after Modern Horizons 2. Yeah. Pretty standard deck list for both players. I'm about this, though. 2 of my favorite decks in the format, right? Like, not that Izzet Prowess is really in the format anymore. It was one of my favorite decks to play pre-MH2. I just really enjoyed jamming cards like Stormwing Entity and Sprite Dragon down. And I think Prowess is one of the coolest mechanics that they've come out with. And then Izzet Murktide is one of my go-to modern decks right now. Like, I have it sleeved. This is what I'm playing if I'm not playing Titan or trying out something new. Alright, Henry's going to play a Dragon's Rage Channeler, play out a Lightning Bolt with the Surveil Trigger, gonna pop Nick's Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Sure. How many feet your Darcy? Okay. Surveil Trigger for you. Oh, you're leaving yours on top. Okay, so this is dead, so my Surveil Trigger happens. I will grade that. And this is gone. Alrighty then. I will pass the turn.
Alright, we're gonna untap.
Expressive? You are
Expressive Iteration. Top 3 cards. Do some great things. Find the Fiery Islet as this land for turn 2. It's always the best feeling.
You have an island.
There's almost... Nah, I guess there's a better feeling than finding the land. The best feeling off of Expressive Iteration is finding the lethal Lightning Bolt.
Sure.
But finding your land drop for turn also really good. Alright, that's a sleight of hand. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one on... draw one, and then put one on bottom. God, it's been forever since I've cast sleight of hand.
I'll play a...
Yeah. Put one in hand, put one on bottom.
I'll play a Flooded Strand. I'll pass.
Here's your random tidbit fact of the day. Foil 7th edition sleight of hands are $100. They're the only black border version of that art, and the only... Actually, I think it's the only version of that art in general. There's a Stormwing Entity coming down. Stormwing Entity has its cost reduced if you play... Oh, it looks like it's going to get counterspelled. But... Stormwing Entity is a 5-drop that if you've played a spell, instant or sorcery, its cost gets reduced by 3. Or is it? It might be by 2. I think it's by 3, though. Yeah, it costs 3 less, and then Flying Prowess, and then ETP Scry 2.
I'll cast Archmage Crown. Archmage Crown. You gotta be counting. Alright.
The Thunder Chicken used to be a great card. It used to be a $10 rare. Jesus.
I'm gonna take one for red.
Okay, you're at 17.
I'm at 17.
Alright, so we're gonna Archmage this from there.
Metamorphosis.
Gonna cast another Metamorphose, probably adding red and blue again.
Metamorphosis?
Sure.
It's another Metamorphose.
Stormwing.
And finds the
Sounds
Stormwing
good.
Entity.
Top. Bottom.
The Stormwing, just like Sprite Dragon, so like
Untap.
both of those cards can just
Draw.
get out of hand really quickly. Because Stormwing is already a 3/3, so every Prowess trigger is just going to make it hurt so much more. He's not playing Sprite Dragon, is he?
Play Ragavan.
I imagine not. It dies to a lot of things nowadays.
Play an island because I dropped it.
Yeah.
No cards?
Only creatures he's playing are Soul Scar Mage,
Yep.
Channeler, Swift Spear,
I don't have
and
to there.
the Thunder Chicken.
Shields down. Use your
3
shield.
Stormwings. And he found 2. That's so funny.
Tap.
He's got Mutagenic Growths in his deck too. I'm about this.
Dart your Darcy.
Well, there they go.
Lava Darting the Dragon Thread Channeler. Lava Darting the Ragavan. 2 Prowess triggers and a Kraken for 5 here. Gonna take Henry down to 7.
That is the math.
An Islet.
Sure.
Play Fiery Islet for turn. And passes.
Draw. Cast Expressive Iteration.
It's an Expressive Iteration off the top.
1, 2.
We find Expressive Iteration, a land, and something.
Cast hand bottom.
Murktide. Okay.
I will attempt to cast a Murktide.
Murktide is an effective blocker for Stormwing Entity.
It's 2, so I need to get rid of 1, 2,
2, 3.
3. Unfortunate. 4, 5. So it's a 6/6.
Okay. This makes it a 6/6.
And I will pass the turn.
End your turn. I'm gonna draw a card.
Yep.
Thanks for the sack that Islet draw card.
Tap. Draw. And you're at 7.
I'm at 7.
Darcy.
You with Darcy.
There's a Dragon's Ridge Channeler.
We'll just do this main phase. I'm gonna take one for red. I will go
Okay.
16. And I'm going
Yep,
to
2 mana. It's gonna Brazen Bar that Murktide reach
have a Darcy trigger.
with a Prowess trigger.
Yes, Darcy trigger on the
And it's a Rail trigger.
Okay. I'm gonna bend the mountain.
Okay.
Heavy death. Combat.
Yeah. What is it right now?
Right now it's at 4/4.
So it's
Alright,
4.
so currently
You
cracking in
lava
for
dart
4.
me. How many times do you have lava dart in graveyard?
I have one lava dart. One lava dart.
Lava dart. Oh, okay. Ping me, so I go down to 6. That goes up to 5,
That would be 5.
and I go to 1.
I love it. I like it so much more.
Yeah, I gotta take it.
So much more.
I'm actually gonna mutagenic growth it.
Cool, on that.
Ooh, it has the Mutagenic Grove too. That's gonna make the Stormwing lethal. So Nick is gonna take game 1. We're gonna start going to sideboards, and we're gonna take a look at their sideboard, and we're gonna try and guess what they sided. Alright, starting with Nick, he has 2 copies of Soul Guide Lantern, 2 Luster Storm, 2 Vapor Stag, 3 Shattering Sprees, 2 Dragon's Claw, but the artifact, 2 Mystical Dispute, and 2 Kozilek's Return. I think that's the artifact, right?
You have Darcy now.
Dragon's Claw. Yeah, whenever a player casts a red spell, you may gain 1 life. Alright, so I feel like the easy... You could bring in Return, right, just to kill Darcy's and Ragavan. Counter Magic. Vapor Stag's probably a really good one here. Just Vapor Stag Murktide. Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, Lantern's good to hit the graveyard. So probably Vapor Stag and Soul Guide Lantern are like the first things I'd put in. And then probably Mystical Dispute too. As for side outs, you could probably trim the Mishra's Baubles, really, right? Those feel like easy cuts. Unless that's the only 4th type for Channeler. Yeah, maybe it isn't that easy of a cut. I don't know, his deck feels pretty tight. His only cantrips in the deck, besides Bauble, if you count it, are Manamorphose and Sleight of Hand, so the Sleight of Hands could get trimmed maybe. But Moving on to Henry. Henry has 2 copies of Engineered Explosives, 2 Alpine Moon, 2 Flusterstorm, 2 Relic of Progenitus, 2 Dress Down, 2 Torpor Orb, 2 Mystical Dispute, and 1 Chandra.
I'll be on the play.
The disputes are probably good here.
I'd like
With
to
the
keep
blue
some
mirror,
time, too.
or bluish mirror. It's storming out of it. Doesn't hit much else in
Having more cards is better.
the next deck, though. You can also just tap 3 for it, I guess, too. Moon's not good. Flusterstorm's not amazing. It doesn't stop the Prowess triggers. You could Relic here. You can put Relic in to, like, hit the Lava Darts out of the yard. And then, I think Engineered Explosives is, like, the first slam dunk card, right? Like, you put it on 1. Sure, you can pop your stuff, but, like, you just play the control game against them until eventually you can land a Murktide and you've killed all their threats.
Are you ready?
Ideally, right?
Dylan's asking for ready.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can make
Just shuffling up.
Yeah, I'm ready too.
Yeah, I don't know what else I'd bring in. Dress Down's not the greatest.
What was happening?
There's no, like, impactful ETBs.
Oh, those, yeah.
And, like, you could Dress Down in your end step to prevent, like, Prowess triggers during their turn.
Hushbringer staring down at Felidar.
That doesn't feel great.
Love it.
It's an option, though.
I'm almost stuck up for Hushbringer.
Alright. Let's see. We'll be right back with game 2.
Slate and burn. Before that, I played Scott Leona guard.
And we are back with game 2. We've got Henry on the play here. I think we're just resolving some mulligans.
Alright.
6 left. Start us off.
Alright. Steam Vents.
Alright, we're good. We're gonna shock in 8 Steam Vents for 2 damage. Going to 18. Gonna Mishra's Bauble here. Can Bauble next deck. We don't get to see it because of the overlay,
Okay.
but that's okay.
Pass the turn.
Is Henry gonna? He has a words. He has a Ragavan in hand. I imagine he's going to lead. No, he just passes. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Spire Bluff.
You have a Spire Bluff now.
Darcy.
You have a Darcy.
Alright, he's gonna play a Dragon Thread Channeler.
I will consider.
Henry's going to
I will
consider.
look at the top part of this library.
Did
I
Henry
will-
keep a 1-land hand? Henry also, I think, forgot his bubble trigger.
I will. Draw for turn. I will be very sad when I keep.
He did keep a 1-land hand.
I will.
Alright, we're gonna Unholy Heat the Dragon Thread Channeler here.
I'll pass turn.
I think there's an argument for turn 1 to play the Ragavan. Wait for, I guess, Nick to respond to it. Because Nick either plays that Channeler as in theory to block the Ragavan, or he just removes it, and then if he removes it in upkeep, you can just consider to try and find the land.
Play a monkey.
Uh,
Pass turn.
and if he just plays the Channeler, you can, Unholy Heat the Channeler that attacks the Ragavan,
You have a mana.
and at least gain a mana that way. But
You have a mana for us.
Red.
Yep.
alright, Nick's gonna Manamorphose here, adding some variation of red-blue, or any colors really, but
Okay. Untap. Draw.
much more likely to be red-red or red-blue.
Play Steam Vents.
Shocking.
Shocking. Yeah.
Steam.
And I'll pass.
Yo, I'm still a little upset that Sprite Dragon's not in this deck. I understand why, but like, man, I love that card.
Soul Skirmage.
Alright, there's a Soul Scar Mage coming down.
Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah. So draw for turn. I'll get expressive.
Expressive Iteration. I'm gonna look at the top 3 cards of the deck.
Well, there goes that.
Not gonna look at the top 3 cards of the deck. That is going to get Mystical Disputed so quickly.
Yep. Take one.
Alright, attacking for 1. He's going to dart Henry, so we're going to get.
Okay, so
And we're going to 15 from the dart, then taking 2 damage, so we're going to 13.
Yes. I'm at 13.
Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. I will try to be expressive.
We've got
Okay, then.
Expressive and Mystical Dispute again.
I will pass the turn.
Nick slapping that Mystical Dispute down very quickly.
Sure.
Alright, as we Wooded Foothills.
I'll take one.
Dart.
I'll
He's
take
gonna Lava Dart Henry. Same song and dance.
You have an unholy heat in hand.
Go ahead.
And attack with the Soul Scar Mage again.
Draw.
He has 1 card in hand.
Play a Relic of Progenitus.
And he's gonna play a Relic of Progenitus.
I will. You can do that instant speed. Do I just do it now? Yeah, I'll pop it now.
And he's just gonna pop the Relic now, exiling both graveyards.
I'm gonna flashback 1 dart again.
Nick's gonna pop his mountain
Yep.
and shoot Henry for 1 with the lava dart.
Yep. I'll draw a card.
Yeah.
I will play a land for turn. And then I will pass turn.
And your turn, I'm gonna crack the foothills.
You can play a land for turn. He's gonna fetch out a mountain
We're
here.
at 17.
Maybe a Steam Vents. But a card that says mountain on it.
Yeah.
Henry's in like Henry's in a precarious position right now. Granted, Nick's very low on cards in hand, so if Henry just gets rid of the Soulscar Mage, he might be okay as long as he can like establish something before Nick finds another creature.
Sure. So untap.
So-
Upkeep.
So on your upkeep. So I'll pop this.
And he's gonna fetch here, go to 8.
That is, yes.
I think debating on what he wants to do.
6.
He passed an island, so we're looking for a Steam Vents.
I will unholy heat your Soulscar Mage.
Yeah.
Shocks at the Steam Vents too, goes to 6. That is within double lightning bolt range. He's gonna unholy heat the Soulscar.
Yep.
He's gonna draw for turn. Manamorphose.
You have red blue. I'll be so mad if you have the Stormwing Entity.
That would be nice. No, go ahead.
Alright, cool.
It's best of the turn. Doesn't rip anything
I will
important.
Play a Ragavan.
Henry just plays out a Ragavan, plays out a Mishra's Bauble,
I will bobble you.
bobbles Nick,
Okay then.
drink some coffee.
That's not what I want to say. I will pass the turn.
Coffee is cold. That was kind of unpleasant. Alright, there's a Monastery Sphere coming out
I'll counterspell that.
into a counterspell.
I'm gonna heat the monkey.
It's gonna unholy heat the Ragavan.
In case that ever comes up.
Go ahead.
Pass turn.
Alright, looks like a draw pass from Henry. Looks like a land draw pass from Nick.
No.
Or draw land pass.
No, I missed my bubble trigger. I need to go lay down in front of traffic. I will draw a card for turn.
Yep.
Alright, Henry picks up a Consider.
No misplays. Was that 1 or 2?
Is it the card he wants to see? Not particularly, but it's better than nothing.
I'll consider.
If you can find a Murktide off of this,
I'll graveyard.
that would be pretty good.
I'll play a
There's
Snooker
an
Island.
island for turn. Passes the
Your
turn.
turn, I'm gonna fetch.
He's gonna crack his Arid Mesa.
I will go to 16.
You're at 16.
Get a mountain.
And he's gonna fetch.
I'm just talking to myself. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Untap, upkeep, draw.
I guess if we're gonna put cards in a deck, and then you realize they're already in the deck, but after you found the other copies.
I'll cast Expressive Iteration.
Alright,
That one will
it just happened to me.
1, 2.
Alright, Andrew's gonna express iteration here. I see an Odawara, a Mishra's Bauble, or what looked like an Odawara. I could be wrong.
I'll cast a bauble. I will bauble you. Okay. I will pass the turn. On your upkeep, I will put this in the graveyard and I will draw a card.
Oh, you saw it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I will untap. I will draw a card.
Alright, Henry picks up another Ragavan.
I will dash.
Dashes in the monkey.
I will attack you for 2.
I'll let it
14. I get
Alright,
a
Nick's
treasure.
gonna go to 14. We're gonna get
May I
a
touch the top?
treasure and exile the top card
I
of the
will
deck,
do that next time.
being a fiery islet.
You're at 14. I get a treasure. I'll play a bauble. I'll bauble you. Okay. I'll move to my end step. Bring this back to my hand. On your upkeep. I'll draw a card.
Alright, Nick drew one lightning bolt, or lightning bolting. Henry here is gonna put him to 3. Assuming Henry doesn't have a counterspell, but
Yep. I will counterspell that.
alright. Plays a Storming Oddity, which gets counterspelled here.
Good.
Yep.
Untap. I drew off a bubble. Okay. I'm getting very paranoid. I missed 2 triggers. Draw for turn. It's okay.
Okay, Henry picks up a Channeler. Can't tell if that's Murktide or Consider.
I will cast
Okay,
a Murktide
Murktide.
Regent.
Got a Murktide.
I will make it thick. 1,
We're gonna play a very large dragon for 2 mana.
3, 4. 7 doesn't affect the clock. Yeah. So I'll make it a 7/7.
Interestingly, he keeps it a 7/7. He kept an Unholy Heat in the graveyard, it looks like, but he should have enough spell. Like, he should have instants in his hand that if he, you know.
And I will
Like, if he's gonna keep a spell card in the graveyard, he should keep the Expressive Iteration. Alright, 5 mana, cast a Stormwing entity.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hard cast Stormwing. Not exactly what you want to be doing, but.
Both on the bottom.
Okay.
Go ahead.
End of your turn. I'll bolt your storm.
He's gonna bolt the Stormwing.
Draw. I'll dash in a Ragavan.
Alright, dashes Ragavan here.
Combat. I'll swing at you for.
Could attack him for 9 damage.
I have no block.
Okay. So trigger. I'll get a treasure.
Next gonna go 5. Henry's gonna take an Expressive Iteration off the top of his deck. Oh god. That's so good.
I'll not cast that. I will play a Dragon's Rage Channel.
Plays a Channeler.
For not yet. I'm going to go back to hand of my end.
Alright. Fulfilling the dash trigger, returning the monkey to the hand.
For my land, that's fine. Pass. It's fine. We're all fine. Everything's fine.
I'm gonna fetch him out, dude.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 4.
You're at 4?
Yep.
I have Delirium as well, by the way.
Okay.
So then instant, artifacts, and creatures.
Draw.
Alright, Nick's seeing if he can draw his way out of it. I don't know if he can. I think the only thing is like a lightning bolt to kill Henry.
Go ahead.
Untap.
Alright, passes.
Draw. Or upkeep draw.
Yep.
Draw. Combat. Attack. Okay.
Alright, gonna attack in. And Nick's gonna scoop it up. So it's gonna be 1-1 going into game
I do
3.
not do well on camera.
1-1 over going to go into game 3. With Henry taking game 2. We're gonna have Nick on the play. I don't know if they sideboard between these games. No, I don't want to open that compressor.
Two? Yeah. Alright.
But if they do, we'll be right back with game 3.
Yep. Alright.
And we have returned with game 3. Nick is going to be on the play here, leading with a Spire Bluff Canal into a Monastery Swift Spear. Henry has written on his hands to not forget the bobble triggers. It was a fun thing, I guess.
I'll bobble myself.
Build him a story about how a friend of mine did that at an event, and he was like, "Oh, I can do that here." I was like, "Yeah, that's right." Ironically, having the bauble turn 1/2. Is he gonna fetch here?
19 or 17?
That is a fantastic question. I think I'm going to go to...
Imagine just grabbing a Steam Vents. Yup.
My electoral matters.
Debating on if he wants to leave a tapped or untapped.
19. Math, sorry. Numbers are... 9 is bigger than 7.
I think that's probably the right call to put in tapped, unless he has like immediate removal for the Soulscar Mage, but...
It's okay. We're living the good life. Everything's fine. Alright. Okay, pass turn. On your upkeep.
Upkeep.
Right.
Draw.
Drawing for bubble. And Nick's gonna draw for turn.
Slight.
You have a sleight of hand.
Here's a sleight of hand. Top 2 cards. And a Prowess trick.
And bottom. Fireball.
Alright, Firebluff number 2.
Combat.
Yes. I will attempt
Attack it in for 2 damage.
I'm gonna bolt you.
Alright, more than 2 damage.
Take
That's gonna be
3,
6
so
total.
16, then take 3 more, so I go to 13.
3 from the bolt, and then 3 from the Soulscar Mage.
13.
Go ahead.
Untap.
Nick has me over here, like, wanting to rebuild Prowess.
I'll play a Flutter Strat.
Looks like Henry has
Pop it
a
10.
Unholy Heat in hand.
You're at 10.
I will Unholy Heat your Soulscar Mage.
Alright. Unholy Heat on the Soulscar Mage.
I mutagenic growth it.
Nick just shotguns the mutagenic growth to make sure it stays alive. Nick going down to 18 for that. Phyrexian mana. Not okay. Okay. Gonna cast a Monastery Swiftspear here. Going to combat. I'm assuming doing something before blocks. Yeah.
I'll start it.
It's going to Lava Dart the Ragavan, get 2 Prowess triggers in.
Damage.
Gonna hit for 4 here. I'm just gonna go down to 6.
Go ahead.
Untap. Draw. I'll play a Swap Elf Canal.
I think Henry was debating between casting Expressive Duration there.
Murktide Regent.
There's a Murktide Regent.
For 1, 2, 3.
Is a very small Murktide Regent. It's a 4/4. Alright. Opts to keep the bauble in the graveyard.
4, 4. Pass turn.
Passes the turn. He's got 2 cards in hand. If he has a Lightning Bolt,
Yep.
ooh, that's gonna proc her. Oh, that's right. It's non-creature. Yeah, forgot that procs Prowess triggers. It's gonna Vapor Snag the Murktide Regent, and Nick's gonna be able to attack in for game. All right, that means Izzet Prowess is going to take it 2-1 over Izzet Murktide. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day. And if you like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff, we'd appreciate it greatly. We already appreciate you as it is, but have a great day.